Hey guys, M here from Transformers and Video Games, and welcome back to the channel. We've recently had a number of challenges that have been going around the Transformers YouTube community, which have been a lot of fun to participate in, but I think more importantly, it's been a great way to get to know other people from other YouTube channels that we wouldn't have otherwise known about. First, there was the original Transformers Tag Challenge, which was started by Nathan Simmons, which consisted of 15 questions that we would answer ourselves and then tag other people to answer the same questions. Then we had the POTP Challenge, also known as Polished Old Turd Plastic, which was started by Patriot Prime Reviews, and this was a fun way to take a lousy figure, give it a glowing review, and then tag other people to participate in the same challenge. Well, today I'm going to be participating in the F.I.T.T Challenge, F-I-T-T, and I'm going to tell you all about it. So sit back and enjoy, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Okay, so what's the F.I.T.T Challenge all about? Well, it was started by TF FanGeek, and it stands for Fantastic Immobile Transformers Toys. And essentially what it is TF FanGeek wants us to discuss a figure in our collection that doesn't actually transform. I was first tagged by TF FanGeek, then by Ninja Bill 1000, and most recently by Patriot Prime Reviews. So for a bit of fun, I thought I would discuss my G1 MEGATRON Gumball Dispenser. So stick around while I take a closer look at this guy. Alright folks, here we are with G1 Gumball Dispenser Megatron in hand, and I thought I'd start off by pointing out some of the similarities between this Gumball Dispenser and the actual G1 Megatron in robot mode, since of course, in accordance with the F.I.T.T Challenge, the figures we're looking at in these videos don't transform. So let me get in nice and close here. Let's take a look at his face. You can see it's very reminiscent of the original toy. Obviously, it's missing some key paint applications, but all the molded details are there. Down here, you can see that this chest sticker is identical to what was on the original toy. The Decepticon faction symbol isn't as detailed, but for the most part, it still looks pretty okay. This part surprised me here. You can see the barrel of the gun pointing out. Let me put it down this way. You can see the barrel of the gun pointing out at the front here, and this section here would be the top portion of what would be the trigger, although that's theoretically hidden in behind this section here. These are details that I don't really think that they needed to include in this particular version, but I am kind of impressed at how G1 Toy accurate they really decided to make it. Quite honestly, if they'd left this section right out, I don't think anybody would have certainly been upset about it. Down below here, you can see it does have a sticker here along each side. I don't think they needed to include that, but it's supposed to be reminiscent of the red stickers, sticker details that are on the inside of Megatron's legs. And then along the sides here, you can see there is some gun grip texture on both sides of the figure. You can even see there's even a little molded screw in place here on actually both sides of the figure. Even the arms here, you can see where it's been molded in place, but with the original G1 toy, this portion here would pull down. So you can see where there's a space in here where they've made it look almost identical. For the most part, I think they've done a really good job at capturing, most of the key details here. Obviously, I don't want to forget the fusion cannon here, which is on his arm. This is not removable, and let me just show the sides here. You can see better on this side. You can see some molded detail in place there in the light. But again, I think that as far as similarities go, they've picked up most of the key ones. Now, as far as differences go, this whole abdominal sticker here looks very different on the original toy. It's kind of simplified on this version. Down below here, obviously this entire center section here is going to be different because it relates to the actual Gumball Dispenser feature of the toy, which I'm going to show in a little bit. Just flip it around to the back. You can see that the head is hollow. Obviously, I don't think anyone's going to display it from the back, so that's really no big deal. Then down below here, let me just get in close here so you can see the date stamp. It says 1984 Hasbro Bradley Inc. All rights reserved, made in Hong Kong. And that is basically it for similarities and differences for the most part. Now to move along to articulation. Both arms will rotate a full 360 degrees. Mine are quite stiff on mine, obviously because I don't think anybody has bothered to do that really with it. Now, I'm just discovering now, since I haven't actually messed with this figure before, that his right arm doesn't go a full 360 because the scope does get in the way here at the back. So not full rotation on this side, but certainly for his left arm, full rotation. The head does rotate a full 360 degrees. I just want to be careful with it here because it will come right off. And that is it for articulation. Now to quickly get into the actual gumball dispenser mechanism. I've never actually tried it. This didn't come with instructions, and I don't have any gumballs handy just because I was only tagged recently for this challenge, and I don't actually use this machine as a gumball dispenser. But I will theoretically explain how it works. So you would remove the head like this. You can see that it just fits in place in the top here. This is where you would load the gumballs into Megatron. Once you've loaded the gumballs in the gumball dispenser, then down below here you can see that there is a little slot for coins. If I'm not mistaken, when the coin is in, you would slide this lever to the right so that the machine would actually accept the coin. And then down below here, open it up and your gumball would come out the bottom. So all in all, I mean, I would say it's a pretty successful figure, for a gumball machine. I think, assuming that the actual gumball mechanism works, and I can't imagine any reason why it wouldn't, I think that's a pretty successful gimmick as well. And, this is a figure that I bought off of eBay, I want to say about a year ago, maybe a little less. I got it for a great price. I'm a huge G1 Megatron fan, or a huge Megatron fan in general. So when I found this for a low price, it was a must-have for my collection. Would I recommend other people picking this up? Quite honestly, no. Unless you're like me and you're a big Megatron fan or a vintage Transformers collector, or you're just into sort of oddball sort of items in your collection, conversation pieces, unless that's you, I would say this is an easy pass, unless you find it dirt cheap. But definitely a fun and interesting little piece, and something that I think is pretty cool for this Fantastic Immobile Transformers Toys Tag Challenge. Alright guys, thanks a lot for joining me for this look at my G1 MEGATRON Gumball Dispenser. And quite honestly, this is an item that likely wouldn't have seen the light of day on my YouTube channel if it wasn't for a challenge like the F.I.T.T challenge that TF Fangeek started. So big thank you to TF Fangeek for starting the challenge and for tagging me in it. Now to pay it forward, I do want to tag a number of people to also participate in the challenge. I want to preface my list by just saying there's absolutely no pressure for anybody that I've named to do this challenge. If you're busy or you just don't feel like doing it, it's all good. But anyways, here are the people who I'm tagging. VGamer11, Ugly Wretch, Transformers G1 Fan, The Hobbyist _NZ. Let's tag Q from Q's Reviews. He actually tagged me in the original tag challenge by Nathan Simmons a while back, so I'd love to see what Q has in store for us. Six Shot Changer Reviews. And finally, Cardboard Bots. And additionally, I'm going to open it up to anybody else who wants to participate in this fun challenge. If you do it, and if I haven't tagged you, by all means, leave me a comment in the comment section of my video. I'd love to check out what you did. And yeah, I think that's it. Anyways, thanks again, everybody, for joining me. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hey guys, Em here from Transformers and Video Games, and welcome back to the channel. There's been a number of challenges that have been going around the Transformers YouTube community, which have been